It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 29th day of November, 2023, coming to you from a very cold Bedford County, Virginia. When I got up this morning, it was 19 degrees. Well, needless to say, I haven't been outside yet. A couple quick announcements just to remind everybody. Tomorrow's show and Friday's show. The live portion will begin at 9 a.m. instead of 11. Those of you that watch the show at 11, it'll be posted and available for viewing. So just keep that in mind. If you're up early and want to join me live at 9, come on with it. And of course, that leads up to what I've got to do today. Since I'll be leaving right after the show tomorrow, as soon as I finish posting the show and the podcast, etc. That means that today I've got to, number one, put the chair on the car, on the lift, strap it down, get it ready to rock and roll. I don't mind doing that because mentally and emotionally, I know I have to have that. And I got to pack. And I hate that. It's like pulling teeth for me. I hate to pack. That's why often I say, man, I pack my suitcase 2 minutes before I leave. Well, the problem today is I just got to have that in the suitcase. In the suitcase, I got to have my suitcase in the car so I can roll out of here and not mess with anything tomorrow, so I don't lose any time. So one thing I don't mind doing, one thing I hate to do. All right, today's headlines, folks. A teen falls from a balcony. A huge TUI ship floated out. Interesting facts on this one. A new tax proposed for Mexican ports. You got to be kidding me. The largest casino at sea. New protocols for the individual hot tubs on the Viva. And, of course, the Viva was christened. Holland America cancels Yorktown, and Carnival possibly to pull ships from Melbourne. That and a lot more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Pretty busy show, actually, today. All right, folks, today is National Lemon Cream Pie Day. I can deal with that. I love lemon meringue pie, lemon cream pie, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'd be happy to have all of it you want to send me. If you're listening via the podcast, you're always welcome here. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. And there's always a link in the description of the podcast if you want to hop over to the video feed to take a look at pictures or clips or interviews that we might be using on that day's show. All right, guys, we got no Hot Air Tom today, but he did send me a message. Wants to know if I know that the Norwegian Joy Manhattan room has wheelchair priority access when there's a wait. It didn't when we were there, but then because JoJo took such good care of us, every time I went to the Manhattan room, there was never a wait. So, I mean, we went right into our tables. I think every time I was in the Manhattan room, I may have had to wait once. But no, I didn't know that. And Hot Air Tom says that he and Cindy were behind the folks that were given beepers and told that they had a 10 to 20-minute wait. And when they got to the hostess, they were sent straight to the seat. No waiting. It's pretty cool if they do that. I was not aware that they did that. The reason we have no Hot Air Tom today, they're in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and he's in the El Yunque Rainforest Tour, where he will try to smuggle a monkey back into his suitcase on board the Norwegian Joy. He's tried this on numerous occasions with numerous animals, and he constantly gets himself in trouble. But that's what Hot Air Tom is going to be doing today. And since he wrote us off, it's not going to be with us. And that's the truth, whether you believe it or not. Yeah, what can I say? All right, that takes care of a little fun on Hot Air Tom's expense. This one's not a fun story. A 16-year-old male guest fell from one of Allure of the Sea's balconies and suffered extensive fatal injuries. Undisclosed sources later confirmed that the teen passed away in the hospital due to those injuries, despite onboard announcements urging guests to donate blood. Photos from the ship show the balcony as one of the ship's interior Central Park view balconies. Apparently was where it happened. Two such balconies on deck 11 were marked with caution tape, and a tent with privacy screening was erected on the deck 8 walkway beneath those balconies. Royal Caribbean International has confirmed the incident. The team's name and traveling companions have not been released to protect the guest's privacy during, obviously, this difficult time. Circumstances of the fall are not clear yet, and it's unknown whether or not the teen slipped accidentally from the balcony, was engaged in reckless actions, or deliberately went over the railing. The cruise line will undoubtedly be reviewing security footage from the time in question and conducting a full investigation to be sure such incidents can be avoided or minimized in the future. All right, the next story today, folks. TUI and Royal Caribbean had reason to celebrate, actually earlier today, as Mind Shift Relax, the first of two Intuition-class cruise ships, floated out at Monfalcone shipyard in Italy. The launch marks a new era for TUI Cruises, a joint venture between TUI AG and Royal Caribbean Group, as they take delivery of this innovative dual fuel powered vessel from Fincantieri, which promises to set new standards in near zero emission cruising. TUI Cruises' decision to name their new vessel Mind Shift Relax instead of following her traditional numbered naming convention represents a strategic shift in branding and marketing for the cruise line. And for good reason. Mind Shift Relax is an entirely new concept for the German cruise line. The float out ceremony was marked by traditional maritime festivities with Elena Sperti, an employee of the shipyard, in attendance as the godmother. The float out ceremony is an important milestone in the construction of a cruise ship, marking the transition from construction in the dry dock to being afloat in the water. Mind Shift Relax has been designated with energy efficiency and reduced environmental impact in mind. The ship can operate using liquefied natural gas, the cleanest marine fuel currently available, and is also capable of burning low emission fuels like bio or ELNG. The ship can operate nearly emission free while in port, and has a marine gasifier on board that nearly eliminates waste from the vessel. A marine gasifier is a type of technology used on ships to convert solid or liquid fuels into a gaseous form that in turn can be used for powering the ship's engines or generating electricity. So, congratulations to TUI and Royal Caribbean for coming up with some more innovations in the cruise industry. All right, I'll be back with a couple more stories after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. The next story this morning, I was ready to throw things through the wall. No, it wasn't really, but cruise passengers visiting the top two cruise ports of call in Mexico, that would be Cozumel and Costa Maya, may need to begin paying extra taxes in January of 2025. The Mexican state of Quintana Roo, home to both ports, has proposed a $5 per person tax for all cruise ship passengers, with the funds earmarked for tourism infrastructure projects and natural disaster recovery. The new tax would be collected by cruise lines and delivered to the state of Quintana Roo as part of the 2024 fiscal package, which would take effect on January 1st, 2025. The fee would be paid at the time a cruise reservation is made, as is similar for many port fees and taxes assessed on cruise bookings. At this time, the proposed fee is limited to ports in Quintana Roo. No other Mexican states have yet proposed similar fees. So cruise travelers to Cabo San Lucas, for instance, or, Mazatlan or other Mexican Riviera ports of call would not have the fee assessed. If this fee proves successful, however, it's possible that additional states may impose similar taxes as a convenient source of revenue as tourism continues to grow. Now, the one thing that has not been decided or stipulated, what about a cruise that goes to both Cozumel and Costa Maya? Both are in Quintana Roo. Do you have to pay the $5 fee twice or just once? I'm sure it's going to be twice, but what can I say? Every $5 saved is $5. All right. Princess Cruise is betting a big bet on the newest ship, Sun Princess, set to launch in February of 2024. The cruise line has allocated 9,000 square feet to host what will be the largest casino at sea, a venue designed to attract seasoned players as well as beginners. Sun Princess, the first ship in Princess Cruises' new Sphere class, will offer cruisers a spacious casino with 227 slot machines and 13 live gaming tables. The ship is under construction at the Fincantieri shipyard in Monfalcone, Italy. All right. Guests aboard the Norwegian Viva have learned that the balcony whirlpools, a luxurious amenity available in certain suites in the haven, will no longer be continually available. Due to a new sanitation protocol, the whirlpools must be individually prepared for use and will only be usable for approximately 1 hour. After each use, they must be promptly drained and sanitized. Now, this this protocol comes from the CDC, and I have a little problem with it. You're going to make somebody that pays all the extra money for the Haven Suite and is supposed to have a quote unquote private whirlpool, private spa, private hot tub, whatever you want to call it. And those are going to be, used for somebody in the same family or a husband and wife, or not necessarily a husband and wife. It could be two mated of the same sex that are in that suite. I don't care. But people that are together a lot, unlike the regular hot tubs on the ship that have 45 people in them from everywhere. I don't see them draining them and cleaning them every hour. I'm not at all fond of this new protocol. I mean, I've never been in a Haven Suite, so I don't even know what it would be like to have a private hot tub. But I would certainly think if you're going to catch something, you're going to catch it in the one with 45 people. I just, something is amiss on that one. All right. Amidst the glamorous ceremony at Port Miami, Florida, last night actually, Puerto Rican singer and songwriter Louis Fonsi took center stage to christen Norwegian Viva, the newest addition to the Norwegian Cruise Line's expanding fleet. The event featured appearances by fellow musicians Pedro Capo and Paulina Rubio, along with comedian Marcelo Hernandez from Saturday Night Live. Big to-dos to christen the Viva. And as a proud Virginian, I'm a little upset about this one. Holland America has opted to cancel two planned calls in Yorktown for 2025, citing concerns expressed by residents. The decision comes in response to heightened sensitivity toward cruise ships in Yorktown, which became evident after Princess Cruises announced stops at the small port for the 2024 season. Community groups in Yorktown raised objections following Princess Cruises' plans for the Island Princess to make 3 stops in Yorktown in 2024, with the possibility of increasing to 5 times in 2025. The ship would anchor in the York River and ferry passengers to shore. Notably, Island Princess has a capacity of 2,200 passengers, while Yorktown has a population of only a few hundred. In response to the community concerns, Holland American Line decided to change the 2 scheduled calls for Yorktown in 2025 to alternate locations. One of the things that I thought about when they first announced this was how in the world is Yorktown going to handle that? I mean, there's only, a couple restaurants. They're really good restaurants. There's a few attractions, like, the Waterman's Museum where I used to sell funnel cakes and lemonade for all their events during summer events down there. But to dump a couple thousand people into that little burg at one time, that could be problematic. I'm sorry to see that not happening because I thought that would be a big boom for that area. All right, and the last story today, folks. Carnival Australia has issued a warning to the Victorian government announcing that Princess Cruises and Cunard, 2 of its major brands, will cease deployment in Melbourne starting in 2025. The decision was announced after a surge in port fees set to redirect these cruise lines to other ports. The unexpected tax hike, approximately 15%, deemed unreasonable by Carnival Australia, prompted the decision to withdraw the Princess Cruises and Cunard deployments from Melbourne with its popularity among local and international guests. Folks urged that the state government should reconsider the impending tax hike set to take effect from January 1st of 2024. Carnival Australia, highlighting its substantial economic contributions to Victoria, expressed a willingness to work collaboratively with Port Victoria and the Victorian government to find a long-term solution that benefits both parties. So I'd say that's not completely dead yet. However, it is definitely looking pretty shaky for Melbourne. All right. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow and Friday, the live portion of the show will be at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time rather than 11. All right, let's see who's fussing at me over in the chat room today. Kenneth's here. Mike's here. Hi, Mike. Katie's with us. Unfortunately, homesick with COVID. Sorry about that, Katie. That's miserable when you get home and you get COVID after a cruise. That happened to me once too. And it was thankfully 2 days and I was over it. But, you know, after all the shots and boosters and all that we've had, you can still get it. Thankfully, it's a lot less serious if you've done those things. It's my feelings, my belief. I'm not trying to impress anybody with that. That's the way I feel. Robert's with us. Hey, Robert. Dennis is here. You know, I was looking at I know you said this to call you Dennis. I would think that the pronunciation of your name is Denitz. Algazi. How close is that? Denitz. I was kind of practicing that before the show today. Steve's out in Kentucky. Says good morning to everybody. And Darwinism at work. Yeah, I got you. I hate packing as well. We have some thoughts about packing. Yeah, I do in a hurry. I mean, I'm pretty simple. I figure the amount of shirts I need and the amount of shorts and a couple pair of long pants that I need and my sport coat and one fancy white shirt and one, crazy shirt. And that's it. And I throw in some extra things like extra business cards and, some of those kind of things that go in a suitcase. And then tomorrow after the show, I'll pack up the computer bag. So when I go out to the car, all I'm going to take is the computer bag. So, and I can just, I can do that easily. Jump in the car. I'll probably, after I get the chair on and strapped up, I'll probably pull the car up in the yard right to the front door. And so when I go out, with the suitcase today, I don't have to take it very far. But yeah, I hate the pack. I actually hate it. Steve says I've already got half my suitcase packed for my cruise in May. Wow. I was just fitting up my bathroom bag with some random medicine I just bought. Wow, Steve, that's getting a hell of a start on your packing. Well, there's Hot Air Tom. You're not supposed to be here. Hello, everyone on a mini bus in El Yunque Rainforest in Puerto Rico. I keep my cruise luggage packed, ready to go. Wow, but doesn't it get dirty? Or do you wash it when you get home? Or do you wash it on the cruise ship? Or have them wash it? I don't know. I mean, I've done that, especially when I'm on long or back to backs. I'll pack up a bag. I have no problem with packing up a bag and telling my room gate, "Here's a bunch of dirty clothes. Take care of it for me." You know, they do a great job. Dainese, Katie, make a ginger turmeric tea. Peel and roughly chop fresh ginger. Steep in hot water for 12 to 15 minutes. Add 1 teaspoon to tablespoon of ground turmeric. Juice from 1 lemon. Raw honey to sweeten. 4 cups throughout the day. And I will say, Katie, that I did that when I was sick before, and it helps. That stuff does that really good stuff. Nikki's with us down in Jacksonville. Says, hope you're feeling better, Katie. Tom, keep 3 toiletry bags always ready. 1 for overnight, another for up to a week, and the third for a month. Just grab and go. When you return home, restock before putting away. Very good. Great tips, says Steve. Tom, swim shorts and flip-flops or water shoes. Charging cubes and cables always packed in the hand carry. See, you guys are so much better than I am. When I get home, I unpack everything and it goes all in the laundry. And then it goes back into my regular thing. I don't have enough clothes to keep stuff aside specifically for cruising. I'm a poor guy. Remember, I was, for years, I was the guy cooking the frickin' funnel cakes. So, you know, everything I owned ended up with burn marks all over it from hot oil popping. Steve says, I've been stocking up on my toiletry medicine bag. Even got some travel size osium spray for the stinky bathroom. Very good. Probably because they're not using chlorine in the sweet hot tubs. I don't know. I mean, that just, to me, that's awful. I would think that would be a whole lot healthier than the ones that we all get into down in the, where us unwashed heathens are, as opposed to the Haven Suite people. But the only person I know in the Haven Suites is probably Hot Air Tom. Steve, no potpourri needed when you flush immediately after dropping the kids off at the pool. Don't sit and stew. Yeah. There's Emily. Hi there, gang. Everybody's saying hello to M. Katie says, I'm hanging in there and taking my meds. Very good. Chillie, you saw our hot tub on ski? Yes, I did. Algazzi is from a family Spanish origin. My Italian cousins spell it Algassi, which is Italian translation of Algazzi. Same pronunciation in Italian. Okay. Dainese is Turkish origin, so the E and I are short vowel sounds. Dainese. Yes. Always be ready to leave in 5 minutes and you'll be able to travel a lot. Yeah, well, I'm ready to leave in 5 minutes, but I need 10 minutes. I need 5 minutes to pack and then I'm out the door. Well, maybe not. It does take me a little longer to strap on the chair and, yeah, okay. I can't do it quite that quickly, but I can do it, I can move out in a hurry. So Dennis, as it's pronounced like Dennis. Okay. Then I'll continue calling you Dennis. I was thinking I needed to try to up my game a little, but if I don't have to, well, that's fine. There's Sonny down in Mississippi. Says it's a bummer to get sick. Bummer getting sick when you take a cruise. Katie says I have 59 days to recover for the next cruise. That's not bad. Short E as in bed, short I as in lid. Bed, Denise, lid, eyes and lid, Dane eyes. I'll stick with Dennis. Okay, here I thought I was going to do something impressive, and I failed miserably. Oh well, I try. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up today. Again, don't forget, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time, and Friday morning, Eastern Standard Time, will be the live shows. And then, of course, I'll be driving. And for those of you that are going on this next cruise with me, I will be getting in, hopefully, in the afternoon on Friday to the Holiday Inn Express right there in Port Canaveral, right close to the terminals. It's new. So, anyway, that's where I'll be Friday night. When you guys get in town, let me know. I mean, remember, I have a car. I can run over to somebody's hotel if you got a bar. So save you guys riding a cab to where I am. But anyway, Emily says, have a good trip. Emily, you know it. I always have a good trip. So I promise not to lose my phone on this one. That was the only cruise I've ever been on that wasn't a good trip because I didn't have my damn phone. And that was awful. But the cruise wasn't awful. I was awful. So anyway, so much for that. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning. As always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. And one day soon, we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great day, everybody. I'm off the pack. Hey, vey. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, chilly chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.